The course that I found that I really liked was by the Office of the Attorney General for the State of California, and it's called the Ethics Training Courses for State Officials. One of the first things I will do is create some templates in Camtasia that capture all of the individual types of events that I will want to include in my courses. This model is based on the Office of the Attorney General, State of California, Ethics Training Courses for State Officials. The site includes both interactive and non-interactive course material. There is also a lot of additional support information. Course materials also include comprehensive information on the technical requirements for course participation. I don't know about the fair use policy on these materials, so I am not copying anything in this presentation. However, I would recommend that you search on the State of California Ethics Training Courses for State Officials and take a look for yourself. The course overview screen will list the chapters and topics included in the course. The ethics course model takes advantage of some sort of learning management system that can keep track of a student's progress via a status indicator. The student would not have to take the entire course at one time. Note, these learning objectives are not specific to the Introductory Data Warehouse course. They are a smattering of objectives from the multiple proposed courses. These objectives represent the 3 levels of Bloom's revised taxonomy that will be addressed by the learning events. What's next are some scenarios. I've got 3 of them in here. And these are fun and they're pretty easy to do. All you need is a still photograph and basically quotes from your users about what their issues are. I personally would like to get some photographs of my real users here. These were just downloaded from the web. But the quotes that I've included in these next scenarios are verbatim from some of my reporting users. And let's look at them. I can't find the data I'm looking for. How many employees are in a certain bargaining unit? What's their average age? Their average income? What's the average amongst the group? What's their average length of service? How close are they to being vested? We have to look at 2 to 3 different reports and reconcile them. That's a huge organization problem. It's an enormous amount of work. We really need to look at retirements, turnover. We need to look at faculty over the next 5 years and look at projections. Are we where we need to be? Do we need to be hiring more faculty? I would like to look at some of these questions and start to be proactive and plan a faculty renewal model. I just don't have time. We don't have routine data. I don't even see my budget reports weekly. And what I do get is unreadable. It's not in a format that makes sense. So after you present your scenarios, you can start to solve the problem that this training course is intended to solve. So for instance, you could now describe the features of the data warehouse or describe a report that would solve each one of those scenarios that's available to the user from within the data warehouse. So whatever your focus is for this particular topic and situation, you can now take as many screens as you want to describe the solution. And however you need to get your user to that solution. You could do more demonstration of the features using Camtasia screen capture. Whatever assets are available and meaningful to your topic could be included at this point. After you start to deconstruct the problem with solutions, you can review the content by asking questions of your users. I don't know how to do this yet in Camtasia, but I will learn. What I liked about the ethics course on the State of California site was that when you clicked an answer, if it was correct, you got positive feedback and a reaffirmation as to why that was the correct answer. If you selected an incorrect answer, you got feedback as to why the answer was not accurate. At the end of your chapter, your entire topic, you can use all of the features of Camtasia to create a larger review session. So, this is just HTML and Flash. You can branch endlessly to accomplish your learning objective. Which brings me to a really important point. For me personally, and I think for probably most designers, particularly in this new world of online learning, not so new world, but new to me, digital asset management. It is fundamental. So once you create your course outline, one of the things that I haven't yet used, but I am certain it's going to be one of my big tools, is a storyboard. I've seen different templates out there. You take your learning objective and you figure out what audio files, what graphic files, what video files you have or will need to accomplish that objective. And you also develop for yourself some naming schemes and filing structures for all your different types of assets so that they are reusable. I assure you, for every Camtasia presentation that you create, it's got a whole series of files that it creates. And if you want to reuse these objects, you have to get quite clear on the types of objects that are being created and how they're being named and where they're being stored, and you want to take control of that so that your assets are available to you when and where you need them. So I'm going to wind this up now and digitize this tape and edit this stuff in and try to upload it to TeacherTube by midnight. It's been a wild year. I've really needed this year in order to get my feet wet on getting back into the learning groove, as I certainly hope to take it further. You might be hearing from me in the next couple of days. I still have some homework to complete from the time when I was ill back there in August, and I'm hoping to complete a survey or create a survey of the AEDU program. And if I do get that survey out in the next 48 hours, it's completely optional. Please feel free to participate in it. And I'm going to, any feedback that I get from anybody, I'm going to incorporate into sort of a feedback paper to Julie. And I'm really aiming to get that completed before I get on a plane on December 25th for a visit to my relatives out in Pennsylvania. Happy holy days to everyone. I look forward to working with you through the years. Bye-bye.